Hi everybody, it's me. It's lunch with Leah time. Well, I guess if you're all following the news, you know what's going on in Florida. So let me just recap my week. Oh my gosh. First of all, 2 weeks ago, when all that happened in Houston, I got so motivated to try to help those people. And you know, like, what do? So we sent money here, a little money there, a little money here, a little money there. And I said, you know, I'm just going to, and they said they needed clothes and shoes and they needed this and they needed that. So then we start going online and where to send everything, and they're not always accepting everything. So then we find out the places outside of Houston that are accepting things, like the Salvation Army and some places outside of there. And then Bethany had sent out a tweet or something that said something about helping dress with success. So I just got on a rampage and I went through every single drawer in my house, Freda's house, the garage, upstairs, downstairs, the kitchen. And I must have sent out 50 to 60 boxes of stuff, and I felt so good about it. Of course, the freight alone cost me a fortune. And then we made some donations, but I didn't mind. I'm not complaining. I'm happy to do it. But now, the damn storm's here. I could have just kept the stuff to give it to the people here and saved on the freight and ran it over there myself personally. But anyway, so just to give you an idea, these are the amount of Beanie Babies. I had like hundreds of Beanie Babies. This is just one load of them. I had loads of these that I sent to the children rescue centers and I don't know, these little places where the kids were staying, because I thought, oh my God, how many years am I going to keep those Beanie Babies? I had Beanie Babies from like, what year was that? I don't even remember. I think my little sister was still in high school. That's how long I've had them. Then we sent boxes and shoes. Oh, and then I sent things to the pet centers. Oh my gosh, the pets, they've got to be taken care of. Look at this one over here, living the life. I knew that, so we could get him on that so you could see him, but he likes that blanket, so he's never going to do it. Then I sent tote bags, and I sent clothes to dress for success, and I just got rid of everything. It made me feel so good. And then as soon as I get rid of everything, here comes the hurricane, Irma! And there's one behind it called Joey. Jose. Oh, whatever. Well, of course it's Jose. Jose's going to irritate certain people that don't like the Latin community. They should have called it Joey. They'd have gotten more rescue money.
Can't on the wall for a hurricane.
But anyway, so then we're start getting ready for the hurricane. So I made a list. I like to be prepared in advance. So this is the list I made Jason like a week ago. He's laughing. So I said, get 4 lanterns, mid-size with batteries. The ones that you can use for the longest period of time. Plastic containers to store the gas in. You know, those red ones that you cart around? I'm not sure how many gallons each. Depending on how many gallons, we can decide how many, but enough to refill the cars at least once. Got that one. 5 life jackets for adults, like they use on the boat. Because I started thinking, okay, even if we were upstairs, if the water was 12 feet high or 14 feet high, you know, Freda can't swim. And then I got this dog that would have to be holding up because he couldn't get any water on him. He'd die, weighs 3 pounds or 4. And then I got the 2 neurotic dogs. By the way, I ordered tranquilizers for them. I got the tranquilizers that picked up today. And then I got Wolf, you know, the big dog. I mean, he couldn't swim. So I thought we'd have to have our life jackets on so that we could do other stuff and not be treading water. We need our hands free. So we got the life jackets. I guess they're coming in today. We ordered them on Amazon. Then I got life jackets for all the dogs.
Oh my gosh.
And then I got a rope so I could tie everybody together.
And then extra small for him.
You got extra small?
And I still don't think you're going to put him out to production.
We'll have to put it and then put him on my shoulder and tie him to my shoulder. And then I said, don't get the inflatable ones because if they get punctured, the air will come out. You know, you have to explain everything. And then we got emergency food like the one we ordered in LA. That didn't deliver. But we have that food that shrinks wraps that lasts 25 years. I have it for a hurricane disaster in LA. Now I have it here. I told all my neighbors, if there's an earthquake while I'm gone, then just there's where the food is. And then those Costco headlights. I should have brought those lights. They're hilarious. They go like this. They wrap around, and they've got the light on the front, and you turn them on. And James, I'm thinking the next time we go to the Guilt Group sale, I have 4 of those now, so we can go and put those on because the Guilt Group sale it's dark, and we can't see what we're trying to buy, and they have such good bargains, but you can't see anything. This is 2 years in a row. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to have those headbands. I'm going to walk right in there. I'm going to turn them on, and we're going to be able to look at the clothes that we're going to shop for at the Guilt Group. Oh my God! So that's the one thing. Let's see. Oh, and then we got 3 of those plus Roy Jr. had one from the Everglades for 4. So they have 4 of those now. And then we're going to try to get the sandbags. I think we waited too late to get the sandbags. We're going to get those for the next time. And then I've got a plan for the sandbags. And then we have to store all this stuff, and you can't store it away from the house because then you can't drive to get it. So you've got to find a place to store it all. Oh my gosh. And then we got the dog food, like a month's supply of dog food in case the neighbors' dogs or anybody's dogs need anything, or anybody that's in a crisis. We got large plastic bags. Now let me tell you about the big plastic bags and the tapes. You know why I got those? If the water starts coming to the 2nd floor, my Birkin bags, my Kelly bags, my scarves from Hermes. Oh, this scarf is, how do you spell it? SWED ROE.com.
It's Swedrow by Ariel.
By Ariel, ARIEL.com. How gorgeous. I mean, she sent 4 over here. I wore one last week. I'm going to wear one this week. I'm just going to wear them all. It's my new uniform, and I'm loving them. They're fabulous.
She said thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome, honey. Keep them coming. I'm just going to wear them once and give them back. I don't take things from people like that. I don't think it's right.
No, she wants you to.
I know. I'll keep one. Okay. And then...
Did you cover your mic up?
Oh my God! All this time the mic's been laying over there. Oh, let me put it here where we can hear. Can you hear me anyway? Oh God! There's so many things on my mind today with a hurricane.
Sarah Jane says a beautiful scarf.
Beautiful scarf.
Ginger Arrington says hello. They're praying for everyone in Florida. And,
how good.
Everyone's saying they're glad you're back. They love your show.
Yay! And then the last thing on my list, well, besides the dinghy and the boat that I want to get in case we have to put the dogs and Freight in the boat and paddle beside them because they can't swim, was a mid-size axe. Because when Hurricane Andrew came, we couldn't move the cars because of the debris in the road. So you've got to chop the stuff down and move it aside so you can drive your car, get out, you know. Oh, and then I remembered the electric gate so the cars won't get out. So I had to put the electric gate on a manual to get the car out of the garage. I mean, this has been the biggest damn thing I've ever done. I mean, it's just unfucking believable. And then the boat, I'm going to get a flat boat and with a small motor. And I'm going to get a rowing thing. Roy Jr. took rowing in school. I knew there was a reason he took rowing. And then at the bottom of my email to Jason, I said, stop laughing. And then and you know why we didn't get the generator? I figured it out. We were going to get a generator a couple of years ago. You know how much the generator was? No, it was $50,000 for the whole house. And if we didn't do Freida's apartment and we didn't do the cabana, then it was $35,000. That's what Dariel told me he thinks yesterday. So that's why I didn't get. And then RJ's like, yeah, Mom, I told you we should have a generator. I need to be playing my video games. We're going to be on vacation all week. I'm like, this isn't a vacation, and you're not going to be playing your video games. You're going to be helping with the chores. He goes, well, I can't believe we don't have a generator. I'm like, well, I can't believe that I'm not spending the money to get a generator. We can rough it like everybody else. We're not special when you live in an ivory tower while everybody else doesn't have electricity. No, I don't think so. We're just going to rough it like everybody else. As long as the mosquito bites, I'm fine. So now the school, these are what the sandbags look like that we have to get, Jason, right here. The school had these. And so we have to get these. I saw Philip Levine, the mayor of Miami, who's great. He made a day after me, October the something. He designated Lily a Black Day in Miami, so he must be fabulous. Well, anyway, he sent out a whole thing about what to do and not to do. And then yesterday, I told everybody, no matter what, today, just worry about getting the hurricane together. You know, the house ready for the hurricane, just in case the hurricane comes. What do you think they did? I go downstairs. Omar, standing out there with the blower, blowing the leaves off the patio, just all over him, blowing the leaves. I'm like, What are you blowing the leaves for? They're going to be back here in 2 days. What are you blowing the leaves for? It's unbelievable. And then I go to Paul. I go, Paul, no matter what, today I want you guys to just get the house ready for the hurricane. Go get all that patio furniture and tie it to ropes, to the wrought iron, to the fences. Tie it to the trees. Put it in the garage. Do what you have to do. You know, we've been through this before. I go back downstairs. Paul, what are you doing? I'm getting ready to wash the dogs. He's going to wash the dogs because, yeah, the groomer came and did the 2 little ones, and he was going to wash the 2 big ones. I'm like, what is wrong with these people that work for me? And then, so now I had to run an errand. I went to the CVS because I knew the Publix and all the grocery stores would be full. The Publix grocery store had been out of water. Heidi went to 4 of them. They were out of water. And the parking was like 3 blocks in every direction. So I go to this little secret CVS, of course, and I wind up getting some water. And I got a few other little things that we might, jerky, like beef jerky. I don't eat that stuff, but stuff like that. I come home. I go, where's Paul? We need to pick up the pace on this furniture. Freda's sitting on the phone on her patio talking and laughing 90 miles an hour. Freda, where's Paul? Adonde Paul? Adonde Paul? Oh, he went to Publix. He went to Publix to get milk and sugar, brown sugar for her coffee. I lost it. I just lost it. I went off on her yelling and screaming, and I was like, what is wrong with you people? And then Paul, I call Paul. I'll come back. Then I started yelling at him. He goes, well, Freda told me to go. You don't work for Freda. You work for me. How many times did I tell you today we're going to get in charge of the hurricane? And Freda's just up there on her phone talking. And so I start moving the furniture in the garage myself, and she just sat there and watched me. I was livid. I'm telling you, this is the closest I've ever come to just telling her, you know what? I am shipping your butt to Ecuador. I was really, really upset. Oh, fix my scarf. Oh, I need to have my scarf fixed. Fabulous, though. It is fabulous, isn't it? Okay, so...
Be careful.
Anyone send a light and a candle for you?
Yay! Well, we can't have any candles because I don't trust anybody not to knock them over in our house and start a fire. Oh, I got 3 fire extinguishers. Put that on your list.
Tell me to order another one for you.
Yeah, I've got 3. I'm going to get 1 more because, you know, the house is kind of big. So anyway, I want to send out congratulations to my friends Matthew and Sebastian. They're getting married on September the 23rd in Malibu, California. This was the production team, half of the production team that did the second season of the Housewives of Miami.
The good season.
Well, kind of. Was anyone? Then I wanted to give a shout out to my friends, the Estefans. Gloria's birthday was last week. Happy birthday, princess. And then their 39-year wedding anniversary was last week. So happy anniversary, happy birthday. And this is him. Oh, that was Naveed, I say his name wrong. It was his birthday too. So my gosh, I would feel left out if I were little Emily. It's like the party's not about me. She probably performed. And then my best buddies in LA all got together because I hooked them all up together and they all loved each other so much. Watch What Crappens with RHONY and Ben. And they did this live show in LA and it was sold out. And they had Jeff, Gage, Jenny Poulos, and Shannon Medora showed up. And Jeff said, oh my God, look at the talent we delivered to Ronnie's event. I said, that's fabulous. So they called me last night. They were so excited. They had a sold out crowd. The audience loved it. And apparently they videoed it. We're going to try to do the video so we can watch it. They said it was just so good. And they said Jeff was just hilarious. And Shannon, the crowd just loved her. So anyway, that was supposed to be really fun.
Social media last night.
It was on social media?
That and the hurricane were all.
See, I don't even know how to find it on social media. How come I don't see anything on social media?
Instagram.
See, I don't go on Instagram because I told you I can't take the pictures. I go through and look at them once in a while, but I'm not that good at it. And then, so then I was going through on the news, and I did see Lil Wayne had 7 seizures or 5 seizures. He was in the hospital. And you know, I want to send him get well wishes, but remember, Jason, when he was performing at the gala and he was at the hospital and he thought he was having a leg cramp, and we were on the phone yelling, put him on a gurney, just get him here. And can you believe it? And now it turns out he has epilepsy and he had these seizures, and I'm just wondering if that was a prelude to what was to come. And I feel terrible that we were screaming, get here, get on a gurney, I don't care. We had he had his whole band there, and he performed for like 45 minutes, but we dragged him out of the hospital. The poor thing was having a seizure. I mean, oh my God. There's so much going on. Oh, I just found this interesting. Tell me if this reminds you of anybody. This is from Psychology Today. I'm going to tell you the symptoms of a narcissistic personality disorder is indicated by 5 or more of the following symptoms. Now, you tell me if this reminds you of anyone in your life or anyone you might know or have heard about. And if the shoe doesn't fit, don't put it on. Cinderella. They exaggerate their own importance. They're preoccupied with fantasies of success, power, beauty, intelligence, or ideal romance. They believe that he or she is special and can only be understood by other special people or institutions. Or only they can fix it. It requires constant attention and admiration from others. Gushing. Has reasonable expectations of favorable treatments, and takes advantage of others to reach his or her own goals. Do we know anybody that this fits? I can think of one person personally, maybe two, and a public figure that the shoe doesn't fit. Meanwhile, you know I always keep up with the airline stuff, so listen to this one. This Hawaiian airline. This guy's on there, he's drunk. He gets on there drunk, and then I guess he obviously was drunk when he got on there because the airline's not taking responsibility for serving him the liquor. He's on there with his girlfriend and her 2 kids, right? So he says something to one of the kids and threatens him. So the kid gets nervous. What are you laughing about?
Nothing.
Okay, so the kid gets nervous and says they're getting threatened, right? And so the airline stewardess calls the guy back, and then he whacks her. And anyway, it gets into a whole big thing. Yeah, he whacked the airline stewardess, like hit her over the shoulder. So now they turn the plane around, they have to land. They go to court, and the judge fines him $97,817. He also threatened to punch the girlfriend in the face. And that was the cost of turning the plane around and refueling the plane and taking off again. So it cost him $100,000. And if I was that girl, honey, do not marry him. Do not marry him. Cut your loss. And by the way, the law is if you interfere with a flight or a crew member, you're punishable. It's punishable up to 20 years in jail and $250,000. And this guy had to pay almost $100,000 plus he got 3 years in probation. How about that?
Crazy.
Now tell me, then who watched Real Housewives of New York, and the other one was Orange County. So I watched the last episode. Well, I don't know if it was a rerun or was it the last episode of the reunion of New York recently.
The reunion one was last week.
It was last week, the last episode.
Thing this week.
Yeah, and so I watched that, and it was good. Everybody looked pretty. It ended up on a good season. I think they had one of their best seasons. These franchises go in waves, And like 2 years ago, I think Orange County was like the best one of the season. And then there was one year I thought Beverly Hills was the best one of the season. But this year, I have to say, I think New York maybe had the best one of the season. It was funny. It was funny. It wasn't lying, backstabbing, and bitching. It was just fun and laughs and games and lifestyle and travel. And to me, one of the funniest scenes was when Ramona, who barely got invited, and Sonia picked the last 2 numbers to get the room, and they made the biggest fuss about getting the best room in Mexico. That was just hilarious to me because I remembered when we went to Bimini, when I could have gotten them Joe Francis 50,000 square foot mansion, they picked Bimini. When we went to Bimini, they were all fighting over the biggest room and the best room and this and that. I said, you know what, I'll just take the room. I don't care. I took a room and had a little boat on the bottom. I slept in a little kid's bed, and the staff shared the bathroom with me. Because for 5 days, who cares?
Timothy says the Real Housewives of OC this year is really boring. And Ryan says, Leah, what are your thoughts on the Real Housewives of Dallas, since you're from Texas?
Oh, go ahead.
And then Jonathan says Miami was the best season ever.
Miami was good. When it was good, it was good. And then you know what? When the producers left town and did other stuff, the Mean Girls hijacked the show. I mean, that's really what happened. I mean, that's the bottom line. But in any event, so I don't watch Dallas, and it's not because of anything other than the fact that I cannot get sucked into one other reality show. I can't. I just can't. So I don't want to get sucked in, so I'm not watching it. But I heard it's getting better. But it it takes a while for these shows to get their footing, but then a lot of people say they don't like it, so I don't really know. And what was the other one? Did I know what? Did I watch that one? And then he had another question.
They said about Miami was great.
Oh, Miami.
They wanted to know about Dallas since you were from Texas.
Yeah, I'm sure Dallas has the potential to be good because the people in Dallas are interesting. They live bigger than larger than life hair, larger than life mouths, or larger than life jewelry. Speaking of LeahBlack.com. Anyway, speaking of that, what about my skincare? People have been asking. Yes, we still have it. We've had it since 1984. It's a non-surgical facelift kit. You get 10 facials in one kit, and it lifts, tones, firms, and tightens and sloughs off the cells. We've got the serum and the moisturizer, and the moisturizer increases the moisturization in your skin 440% in 2 days, 500% within a week, and have clinical scientific studies to back it up. There you go. See, I deal in facts, not alternative facts. What?
At LeahBlack.com.
At LeahBlack.com. Now, let me ask you your question on this. This girl is 7.5 months pregnant with twins, and she goes into a restaurant with another kid, and they wouldn't serve her because of how she was dressed. Now, let me ask you, do you think they should have served her? She had on a tank top with her belly sticking out, and here she is again.
Good for the cover of Vogue.
They wouldn't serve her. They said, that they wouldn't serve her because of the way she was dressed, and they didn't like the tank top with the belly hanging out. Well, I kind of have a feeling if she was 5'10" and 100 pounds, and she had on a push-up bra, and her abs were like a six-pack, they would have slobbered all over her. That's what I think. So I think it was a little discriminatory, but I don't know. I think that was I forget what town or whatever that was in, whatever. So I found this quote online that I really, really like, and then we're going to wrap up because we have to go prepare for the hurricane. So the quote that I found online that I loved says, surround yourself with the dreamers, the doers, and the believers, and the thinkers. But most of all, surround yourself with those who see greatness within you, even when you don't see it yourself. Isn't that lovely? And you know what? That's what I do. I don't hang out with negative people. If they're negative or backstab, first you got to audition to be my friend anymore, because I'm like, I got too many friends to deal with already. And if you don't fit the profile of adding to my life and making the party happen, what's in it for me? I mean, I can't take on one more lost soul. I've got too many lost souls already. And so that was my quote that I found that I liked. Now, you want to hear my quote? This was a collaboration of this group. I won't take credit for it. Quote of the week. When life gives you a category 5, have an escape plan. Okay, everybody, that was fun. I'll see you next Wednesday. We're going to go prepare for the storm, and I want all of you to prepare for the storm. Get ready. Prepare for the storm that's coming, the storm that might be coming, or the storm in your life. But just get prepared. This is a lesson. I think the universe is just screaming, wake up, everybody. Wake up. There is a crisis, a climate crisis. There are a lot of things that need to be changed in the world that you live in. Wake up and make the change. And by the way, last week the thing shut off, we lost power or whatever, the internet right before the end of the show. So you didn't really miss anything. It was right before the very end. But I really do want to mention again, the universe is screaming. We got hurricane, earthquake, fires. I mean, the other day there's fires in LA near my house. There's an earthquake here near my house. I'm like, what the hell's going on? The universe is screaming. Take care of the planet. And the politics in the real world are saying, take care of your democracy. So that's just my opinion. And yeah, if you don't believe it and don't agree with me, change channels. You're probably watching propaganda news. Bye, everybody.
Everyone says be safe.
Be safe, everybody.
Be safe.